to dive in. Obviously, we all know Love Island. Where you got your start. I kind of want to talk about your villa experience and like looking back now. What would you tell your like villa self? Like coming out of it, knowing what you know now. What would you go back and be like, hey, later, that's for you?
No, for sure. I would tell myself to be a little more self-centered and prioritize my feelings overall. I come from like a loving family who I always like try to prioritize like with whatever decision I decided to do. Like, well, how would this make my mom feel? How would this make my dad feel? So I kind of took that into the villa with me. Learned a very hard lesson on national television,
right.
And it just kind of just woke me up a little bit. It's like, you know what? It's okay to be a little self-centered and prioritize self overall. So
yeah.
On top of that,
speaking of your mom, I mean, I loved the moment with your mom on the show, and I think that is when I really like fell in love with like you. Like, she's just like my friend,
right?
On the show.
Exactly. She's my safe space for sure.
Yeah. Was there one funny moment that you look back at your villa experience? You're like, God, this is hilarious looking back.
No, I actually had a lot of funny moments. I'm always like impersonating all the Islanders, like making fun of them. They like, was goofing off or whatever. So it sucks that no one got to see that part.
Right.
But it's just me impersonating them.
Yeah.
Being silly around the villa.
Yeah, you actually are hilarious. And I want to kind of go to the beginning after the villa and talk about, you talked about recently that your friends ran your social media, which I was like, I didn't even know that was done. Mm-hmm. What was that like, and kind of did you give them a game plan walking in, or like, hey, here's my phone, like do this, or like what was that like to kind of have them run your TikTok or Instagram and kind of build that brand for you while you were on the show?
No, for sure. So when I left my social media to my friends, I automatically knew I was in good hands. A lot of my friends have been around for years. Best friend, met her in 2005. That's a 20-year friendship right there. So I knew I was in very, very good hands. My friends actually created me an email for brands to reach out to me. They were responding for me. I came back to all type of folders with emails put in each folder. They were under the comments. She said about like her airline comments that, oh, Olandria loves to travel. Like, they were like literally like reaching out to different people trying to like build my brand for me. I came back. I had a hair appointment set up. I had my flight home set up. All of it paid for. My friends took very, very good care of me. So you best believe they would be very taken care of too.
It was great because when I got your inbox, it was very organized for me.
And I had your work cut out for me.
I had my work cut out for me, but it was all very organized. And I was like, okay, this is great. And then when you left, and I know we talked about this personally, you walked out, you got your phone, and you saw the audience reaction. You saw this kind of like, it was insane. I mean, it's something like we've never seen.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? And did you kind of sit with yourself like, whoa, I'm walking out and I have like this whole kind of like personal brand now?
Yeah, I was so stunned. I did not realize, because in the villa, you kind of just going through the motions. You don't have much time to process your feelings or nothing or anything like that. So I kind of just like processed my feelings in my clothes. I expressed myself in my clothes. I didn't have much time to sit with my thoughts because it's just a house full of people. So when I got out and seen so many young women resonating with me, women from different backgrounds, from colors, cultures, all that. I'm like, oh my goodness, you see yourself in me, like this is a beautiful thing. And so many women resonated with my story on the show as well, as heartbreaking as that is. So it's like, oh my goodness, you actually see yourself in me. And so many women come up to me like, hey, you did such an amazing job, just representing young women. So many people look up to you. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm gonna use my platform to continue to do just that. You get what I'm saying? I've always been that role model for my sisters. Now I have like a world full of sisters or whatever. So just being a big sister to my fan base and whoever looks up to me is an honor that I truly take dear to my heart. So yeah, I was.
Did you feel a sense of like pressure almost to like walk out and perform at the highest that you could?
No, because honestly, my whole life, I've been under some sort of pressure. I'm the oldest of 6, so it's like it was no room to mess up.
And first gen, college student.
Exactly, first to graduate high school, first to graduate college, so the pressure's been on me my entire life.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, her work ethic is insane. No one sees it, but I see it all the time. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to talk about moving forward. Then, when you walked out, you had this brand kind of building. Mm-hmm. When you were looking for teams, And trust me, she interviewed maybe 13. I was lucky number 13 to chat with. But when you met with all these teams, what were you looking for and kind of that distinctive, like, this is what I need to build like long-term success? Because one thing I think that resonated with me when I spoke with you, it was like you don't want it kind of to be a flash in the pan. Like you wanted something that was going to be sustainable and we were going to keep it moving and it was going to follow you to your next chapter. So I kind of want you to like talk about what was it like meeting with all these people? Because I know that you had like the anxiety of not having a management team right when you left the villa, and like kind of talk about that experience. Well, I already know, but I want to hear.
For sure. So when post villa, obviously life changed immediately. I had this a humongous platform. So I was like, you know what, I kind of want to be here for a while, right? So when looking for a team, I always express to them, like, I want to have longevity within my career. I want to look back 10, 15 years from now, and I'm still looking off this very moment, but obviously, like, move past everything that's going on right now. I wanted Olandria to be a household name, and I really wanted a team that had clear strategic direction. So I've always made that very, very clear to everybody. I didn't want a team that was just more so transactional. I wanted to build something. I spend more time with Amanda and my team than I do my own family. So I was looking for a family-like structure. I'm always looking for like my own community within every room that I go into. So that's something I really wanted. I didn't want no transactional type of relationship. I wanted somebody that saw me, that saw a future for me, and was able to jump in that fire with me and build on what I have or what I wanted. So I really feel like DBA really spoke to me. You really spoke to me when I met with you, and it was a clear decision that DBA was the right place for me.
Yeah, I think when you met with me and Vanessa, our president, and you kind of sat down, what really stuck with me is like what you said. You were like, what do you see for me? And I think as a manager and a lot of us who rep talent, we want to give them like these huge grandeur of like, we're going to do this. And I think I was very honest with you. I was like, I'm not going to promise anything, but I know I'm going to work alongside you and build what you need to build. Exactly. And I think that was maybe what kind of resonated with us. And I also think like also representation is everything. And you talked about that. It's like making sure your team reflected of your everyday life.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm glad you picked DBA. I kind of want to go into the like, what, this is a funny question. A fun question. What would be our group chat? What is our group chat name? Our crazy group chat name, if you could name our whole team. Because just so you know, when Olandria signed with DBA, she has a publicist, she has stylists, it's a full-fledged team behind her.
Yep.
What would you call our group chat name?
Honestly, I would call it the dream team. The amount of things that we've accomplished in such a short amount of time, 3 months.
Yeah.
And we have such exciting things coming up, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. Dream Team describes us perfectly.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done an amazing job. And the way you guys prioritize me and continue to prioritize me day after day really speaks to me and honestly the audience as well. I feel like we've been doing an amazing job. So.
Right. Actually, our one without her in it is Olandria Takes the Mets. And
they change the name every time they want me to be in a room or at an event. It's like, you know what, we don't name it this, but she's going to be there.
Yes.
Fingers crossed that happens.
Every time we knock off something, we change the
name to something else. They are all manifesting just as well as I am.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of creators here, so I want to kind of talk about what was it like after kind of you met with me? Like, what's that process like to really be like, okay, this is my next step? Like, did you consult with your friends? Did you talk to your parents? Like, because I think picking a team is such a big, important thing, and it's very nerve-wracking. And I think people are like, what if I get it wrong? But I kind of want to know your process on that.
Let me see. I've definitely talked to my mom a lot, even though she doesn't know much about this industry. I was kind of on my own on that one.
Yeah.
But honestly, I just kind of trusted my gut, prayed on it a little bit. It's like, you know what? I have a really, really good feeling about this team or about this person or whatever. So, just kind of went with my gut. It hasn't failed me yet, so I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
No, I think you're doing amazing. Now that you had your team, what was like your goals that you had in mind for your career? Like, was it you really wanted to focus in fashion? Like, kind of how did you feel like it helped facilitate you to the next step?
No, for sure. So when I got out of the villa and I got my phone back, I feel like a lot of the buzz around my name was fashion, beauty, modeling. So it was only right that I prioritize those spaces first overall. And I feel like we've been doing an amazing job doing just that.
Yeah.
I feel like once I told you guys, like, these are the 3 things I want to stay focused on for now, we've done an amazing job as far as like executing those 3 things.
Yeah, I think there's been a huge thing of synergy
Yes.
with every partnership we've been doing. I think that for you, it's something Later doesn't talk about. She wanted to make sure everything made sense. So any partnership she does, there's a story behind it and it ties into something she's already doing.
Right.
And I think that's a huge part for creators where they're like, you don't want to just do brand deals, but you're working with brands and telling a story. And I think that's something you do so well at. And I think we've had so much fun doing it. And we have a lot more stories to tell.
Oh yeah, for sure. Stay tuned.
I want to kind of talk about the big impact of like kind of having a normal going back to normal, because a lot of your life changed very quickly. You have all